Good morning and welcome to the Oasis Center for Spiritual Living, where we come together as one, providing spiritual tools for daily living. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Reverend Tucker. I'm the senior minister here at the Oasis. And I have this great team that God has provided me that I always like to introduce because they're so much a part of what we do. Or they're actually like the whole thing that we do. There's my official assistant, Faith. Good God, I can't talk all of a sudden. Um, Faith has been my assistant since the day she was born. Her dad used to work the sound system, and when she was a baby, she was helping him do that. And then when she started to crawl, she would crawl right up onto the stage with me. So we put her up on the podium when I did announcements, and she would do announcements with me. But she's pretty much grown up 6 blocks away from my house. So when her dad would go on out of town tows, he would bring the kids over and they'd kind of hang out with me. So she's pretty much grown up as one of my kids almost. As a matter of fact, we have decided she can be my goddaughter. They wanted me to be her godmother. And I was like, okay, what does that mean? And they're like, well, if something happens to us, you take care of her. I'm like, I'm not set up for kids. No, I can't do that. So now that Faith is 19 and Hannah's going to be 18, now it's safe for me to be her godmother. So we've decided it's okay now. So she's officially my god kid, but she's also been my official assistant for what you were 14 and a half, wasn't it? Said she wanted a real job.
Yeah.
So I hired her at my other company that I own. And she's been with me. We started doing online services when the pandemic struck. So it's like 3 years now.
3 years.
And she's been my assistant in church since all that time too. So anyway, she's the one behind the scenes that does everything. I'm not good at multitasking when I speak. So behind the scenes, she does it all and I just speak. She makes it possible for me to just do that, which is great. And she's also our singer. So today we're going to be doing which song?
I Am Open by Karen Drucker, and that is on Joy in Our Hearts.
Right. That's good. That's a good song for all of this because we're trying to remain open to the miracles, right?
Yes.
All right. Thank you so much for being here. We
Thank
really
you.
appreciate you. And then there is my partner in crime, my first baby practitioner, meaning he took all of his classwork with me except for one class, and was my board president for many years. He moved to Florida, so I lost him for a while. And then when we started doing services, we got him back because we can do this online. He's in Florida now. He's going to be leaving tomorrow to go to Wisconsin, and he'll be joining us from Wisconsin from then on. So at least for the summer anyway. I think you're smart to get out of there during the summer.
Yeah, rainy season is just starting here.
Yeah, well, and I can imagine that it gets really, really hot. I was there, I think I extended my stay to like the 8th of May, and it was so horribly hot. I couldn't imagine being there for June, July, and August. Ugh.
Hot and humid and cloudy.
And most of my friends go somewhere else. Like Aurelia goes back to Germany, and Grace used to go back to Connecticut, and Elaine goes to New Jersey. Nobody
Yeah.
stays in Florida, I don't think.
And
It's really
Kim was
fun.
here this week, and she's going back to Colorado now.
Who?
Kim Coulter.
Oh, Kim. Yeah, she's going to go back to. She's coming back to Colorado for the summer.
Yeah.
Yeah, smart girl. I mean,
Yep.
really. I think about that when I think about moving there. I think about, what am I going to do in the summertime? I'd have to have a home here because
Yeah.
I don't think I could handle the summers there. So we'll
Get a
see.
condo.
I know, right? We'll see what happens. The condos are just as expensive as the houses, though. That's the thing.
Oh.
Joy looked into a condo and it was like $400,000 for a condo, 1-bedroom condo. So anyway, a little off topic. Oz is our practitioner of the day, which means he is going to do the invocation and the benediction, and he will be available at the end for our 1-minute miracle. So I'll talk a little bit about that more later. Sorry, my allergies are really bad right now. I took an allergy pill, but I probably should have taken it an hour earlier.
Oh.
it works really well. I've done it the last couple of days, and it takes about an hour and a half, 2 hours, and it kicks in. All right, dear. Well, thank you so much for being here. We love you. I will see you in a bit. All right. So today we're going to be continuing on with Sarah Wiseman's 4-week series that she has on manifesting miracles. Last week was manifesting miracles in your mind, and today we're going to talk about manifesting miracles in your heart. So that's all I'm going to say on that topic. I also want to acknowledge our adjunct music team. They don't appear on screen, but they really contribute. Well, Tina does from time to time. Tina Giuffre was a singer in our church from like 2000 on, and then needed some time off. So that's when Faith stepped up. And we bring her back for special occasions. She's just not, doesn't feel like she can do every week. So, and then there's Karen Drucker and Fairy Lane Silver, Reverend Fairy Lane Silver, which they have provided us music so we can have a full service on Sunday. So it's not just me talking at you for a whole hour. So I really appreciate them. So I always like to acknowledge them. Say hi, good morning, hello if you're here. That way I know who's here. In a facility, I can look out and see who's here. But with this software, I just get a number. And so I like knowing who's here. So say hi, hello, good morning, however you want to greet us. And if you're stopping by later, just say hi. There's a watch party button, which is a great way for your friends to see what kind of church service we have on Sunday. Also, you can talk amongst yourselves without bothering anybody, because there's a chat function in the watch party. So click on that watch party button and invite all your friends. Let's spread the word and get some more people in here. Okay. I'd like to invite you right now to close your eyes if that feels comfortable. Allow the service to uplift and inspire you as we move into our centering song.
Surely the presence of God is in this place. I can feel the mighty power and the grace. I can feel the rush of angels' wings. I see glory on each face. Surely the presence of God is in this place. Surely the presence of God is in this place. I can feel the mighty power and the grace. I can feel the rush of angels' wings. I see glory on each face. Surely the presence of God is in this place.
Presence of God, ever present, for God, as we understand it, is in all things, as all things, and beyond all things that we can come to know. It is all of existence as it becomes more of itself. It has always been, it will always be. It encompasses the entire known universe, and therefore it must be right here, right now, where I am, where you are, whenever you are, wherever you are. For God is one great commonality that spreads through all of existence. We know that God's presence speaks through us in this service, and I know that the blessings that come through us are available to all. And with that being said, I give great thanks, and I know that this is so, and I let it be. And so it is.
And so it is. Thank you, Oz. All right. This next song is one that Reverend Fairy Lane Silver wrote when she was in practitioner training, and it's a great reminder for us about how connected we are. So if you don't know the words, learn them, because it's really makes a big difference, especially in my life. I know it makes a big difference when I remember how connected I am to all of life. So here we are all one.
We are all one. We are all one. We are all one in it. I hear it and know it, my being. Spirit is all I am seeing. For God is all there is. Grateful am I to be living, open to what I receive, honoring what I've been given, sharing now what I believe. I remember the oneness around me. I surrender to infinite light, knowing the love that's surrounding me is within me by day and night. And we are all one. We are all one. We are all one in it. Yes, we are all one. We are all one. We are all one in it.
We are all one in it. Without further ado, let's see. Let's do it this way. Say hi, hello, good morning, if you're here. And if you like something that is said, or something that Faith sings, or something that Oz says in his prayer, use that thumbs up button to let us know you like it. If you love it, send us hearts. We love to get love. And if something we say or do is really powerful for you, by all means, use that wow button. That's really good feedback for me, because it lets me know that I'm on track. So without further ado, let's bring Faith to sing
I Am Open.
I Am Open.
I am open to the possibility. I am open to the possibility of a life that is meant to be lived by me. I am open to the possibility. I am open to the possibility of a life that is meant to be lived by me. I don't have all the answers now, but I'm willing to take it slow. I believe that something is calling me, where the path will lead. I don't know, but I am open to the possibility. I am open to the possibility of a life that
is meant to be lived by me. There's open road as far as I can see, and my heart will lead the way. Step by step through the mystery, I surrender every day. I am open to the possibility. I am open to the possibility of a life that is meant to be lived by me. I am open to possibility. I am open to possibility. To the possibility. I'm open.
Sometimes I can't tell because it was going in and out. I couldn't tell if it was done or not.
Well, and the piano music is really hard to get, even with it turned up so much on the TV, to loop through to my speaker with everything too, because it's so gentle.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for that. I
Thank
love
you.
that song.
Yes, so do I. I love this one.
All right. So we're in our second week of Manifesting Miracles, which is a series based on the work of Sarah Wiseman. Last week, we talked about creating with your mind, and we used the Bagua from Feng Shui as a visual to help us understand what it is she's saying. So I want to say, and I said this a little bit last week, but I also want to say again, don't try to make it make sense why they categorize the things they categorize together. Like children and creative, I get, but entertainment, I don't know. So some of the categories don't always fit together really well. Let me put it this way. Chinese medicine is very difficult for our Western minds to wrap around because it's more of an intuitive thing. And our Western minds want everything to be real logical. So I had some feedback from people that said, hey, those categories are so weird. They don't belong together. I get it. I do. I get it. But we're just going to work with it because whatever it is, it's a nice tool for us to bring into the picture. And Sarah even says she doesn't know if she believes in Feng Shui necessarily, but she's open to the possibility that it works. We tried some of that at our church. We had a front door and a back door that were opposite of each other. So we had this person who knew about Feng Shui come into the congregation and said, you got people coming in and going out. And so you need to disrupt the flow of that. So we put some file cabinets or some storage cabinets in there. And whether it made any difference or not, I can't really say. Yes, our congregation grew, but I'm not sure that was the thing. But in religious science, we're very careful not to be superstitious. So feng shui can seem a little superstitious at times. And so what I believe is it was the intention behind what we were doing that made the difference, if that makes any sense to you. That same person went into one of our practitioners' homes at that time and said, "Oh, your bed needs to be on that other wall." And she put it on that other wall and she couldn't sleep. And so she had to move it back. So I don't know that I really believe that feng shui is accurate, 100% accurate. But I do believe that with the intention of creating whatever, you can use that as a tool to set your intention and follow through on your intention. For instance, we set up an area for visitors in the quadrant that was new people, I think it was. And so it was a great idea to shower that area with visitor welcomeness as our intention. So that's kind of how I look at feng shui. So while we're using this bagua, I want us to be really clear that we're not being superstitious about it. We're just using it as a tool for our toolkit. Okay, that being said, let me look here. Sarah talks about energetic convergence. That's her big thing, is that energetic convergence happens when the heart and the mind are what did she say? In concordance, I think she called it. I like to say in sync. It's just easier. But we have to have our mind and our heart in sync if we're going to create something. We know that there's something like 400 thoughts a minute that happen in our mind. And if we were to say, for instance, I like this one. If my mind wanted a Cadillac and my heart wanted some kind of Spitfire convertible, right? I'm not going to create either one, right? Because there's a disconcordance that's happening between my heart and my mind. And so we want to talk about that energetic convergence that happens. And she talks about the universe. I'm not sure I like the word universe as much as I like the word God, and I'll tell you why. Universe to me sounds like I'm saying something out there. I don't know why it seems to be that way for me. When I talk about God, I always know that I'm talking about a God that flows through me and is inside of me. Yes, it's out there as well, but I'm not separate from it. Somehow or other, when I talk about the universe and it sounds to me like it's out there, I get this sense that I'm separate from it somehow. And so I like to say God because I know I'm talking about God within. So for those of you who like universe better, use it. I don't care. It's just my personal thing that I can't say universe. The universe is acting on something without thinking about that being something out there that's acting on it. Excuse me. So basically what happens is we have these 400 thoughts a minute. And what a weird world it would be if each one of those was creative. Think about it. I want this. No, I don't think I want that. I think I want that. Nah, I don't really like that. I think I'll go back to the first thing. And so the universe or God would be popping, like pop, 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 all these realities. And you couldn't get a sense of permanency in anything. So it's really good that our thoughts only create when there's a preponderance of thought going towards that one thing, and that there's an emotional content that powers that thought. So I like to think of it as the thought is the vehicle, and the emotions or the feelings are the gasoline that powers the vehicle, right? So when we're in the process of creation, we really need to understand all of that. Now, Sarah feels that all this, like The Secret and all these shows and articles and TikToks and all of that, talk about the law of cause and effect or the law of attraction, but they don't go any further than that. They don't address the feeling aspect of it. It's just here, do this step and you'll attract to you whatever you want. I'm not sure I entirely agree with her. I think The Secret did address the feelings. I can't remember for sure, but I know some of the TikTok stuff does leave it right at the thought. And so today we want to talk about the heart. Like, what does your true heart want? Because it's very important for us to reach a place where the feelings match the thoughts. And while I'm at it, let me talk a little bit about the difference between feelings and emotions. Emotions are a response to a feeling. For instance, if I get angry, I'm feeling angry, but underneath that is a fear. And if I address the feeling, which is the fear, then both the feeling and the emotion go away. Okay. Now, there's negative and positive feelings, and there's negative and positive emotions. What we want to create is a positive feeling that matches a positive thought about what it is that we want to create, and then allow our emotion to represent that feeling that we're having, that positive feeling. So in all of this, I think that's what we really need to develop. Now, she talks about, and I think it's an excellent example of this energetic convergence, where this woman is going to work and she misses her train. And this guy spills coffee on himself on his way to the train, so he takes that same later train. Well, at the end of the train ride, her hat starts to blow off, and he grabs her hat and gives it back to her. Well, that started a relationship. Now, when you think about it, if either one of those things hadn't happened, that energetic convergence would not have happened, right? If, for example, she was able to catch that earlier train, but he was running late because he spilled coffee on himself, they wouldn't have met. Or if, for example, she took the later one, but he hadn't spilled coffee on himself and got on that earlier one, they wouldn't have met. So that's what she's talking about as an example of energetic convergence. And I think it's important for us to recognize how many times that happens. Sometimes you think, oh, I'm running late. Oh, gosh, and you miss an accident, for example. I've done that a couple of times where I've been lost or I'm running late or something, and I come upon this accident that happened like just a few minutes ago. And I think, wow, I could have been in that accident. So it's really important for us to recognize that even when it seems inconvenient, like we're rushing because we were late, or something happens to prevent us from getting somewhere, or the right person doesn't come into our life, or we don't find the right animal, right, Faith? We don't find the right animal right away. It's important for us to recognize that we have already created in the mind and heart what it is that we desire. And the universe, or the God within, has already begun to work on that. And so there is already an energetic convergence. It's when we pop into the picture that it takes full effect in our own lives. And I think that that's what happens a lot of times when I talk about don't give up 5 minutes before the miracle, is we've already created this energetic convergence, but we don't trust it, or our feelings or our emotions get in the way because we're afraid that we won't have whatever it is we desire, right? And so we give up because we think, oh, I've got to do this. And so it's really important that we understand that our mind and our heart have to be in sync, and we need to understand that that is already being created behind the scenes, that we don't need to reach out and make anything happen, right? I used to tell my students who were in my abundance class, send out 100 resumes if you want to, but I think it's a waste of time and energy to do that, because if you're looking for a specific experience, work on yourself, work on your visualization, work on your meditation, work on your spiritual mind treatment, work on those things to attract to you the perfect job, the perfect animal, the perfect person, whatever that is. If you work on it from that aspect, then when you send out resumes, they're going to get to the people that need to get them. If you send out 100 resumes, you may or may not end up with anything that is worth it to you. And so that's what's important for us to recognize, is that the inner work has to happen first. And when it happens, that's when we participate in the energetic convergence, because it really is a coming together of ourselves and whatever that circumstance is. Now, when Sarah is talking about miracles, she's not talking about turning water into wine. She's not talking about healing the sick or raising the dead. She's talking about the everyday miracles that occur when the heart and mind are in sync and that energetic convergence happens. And so it's important for us to recognize that it is about that energetic convergence. That's really what we want to do. Let me see if there's anything I missed here. She talks about visualization. A lot of people do visualization, but they do it with their mind, right? Only. And she talks about you have to get your mind and your heart involved in it. For instance, when athletes do visualization, they not only visualize themselves doing the sport well, they're, them doing it the way they should to get the result, but they also visualize what happens at the end when they win the trophy and how that feels. And so when we do visualization, it's important that we do both, that we recognize visually what's going on with our mind, but also what it will feel like when we reach our goal, right? So another thing is your heart's deepest desire is what God answers. And so there's a part of us that thinks our way through the heart, that thinks like, this is how I should feel, or this is how I'm supposed to feel, or this is how I think it will feel. You don't want to think it, you want to feel it. And so we're going to do a meditation here in just a second. And when we do that meditation, that's what we're going to be doing, is we're going to be changing our vibration to the feeling state. Last week, I asked you to do some journaling on what your true mind wanted in all of the different areas of the Bagua. So we're going to work with the Bagua again, but I'm going to do a meditation on it this time. And we're going to get into how it feels, each of those areas feel. Okay? We're ready, Mr. Mute. So I'd like you to close your eyes if that feels comfortable. And take a few really deep cleansing breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. And I want you to notice if there's any tension in an area of your body, and ask it to just go out with the out breath. You can always pick it up later if you want to. But address your body that way. Now, this is our time to just feel good in this moment. So we're going to let go of all of that tension. So take another deep breath from your belly in through your nose and out through your mouth. Notice how much more relaxed you feel and how much more open you feel in this moment. Take another deep cleansing breath in and out. I want you to imagine right now the Bagua that we put up last week. A round circle that has all these little pie pieces in it. And like a movie theater, you're going to see it projected. Maybe you just feel it, or just know it. But do your best to see if you can see that wheel. up in front of you like on a movie screen. And imagine that you have a tether that comes from your heart to that circle, to that bagua. It could be anything. It could be a leafy vine, or it could be flowers, bougainvillea or something like that. Or it could be a rope. I personally like the beam of light that goes from my heart to that circle. But notice that you're connected to all of the areas. And last week, when we talked about balance in those areas, creating a balance, we were talking about the thoughts and how important it was for us to create goals in each of those areas to balance our life better, so that our creative process is much smoother. But today, we're going to imagine that this circle now becomes purple, all purple. Because we're going to work with prosperity, abundance, wood, and water. Wood is the substance that represents this area so well. And imagine that this big purple circle in front of you is about prosperity and abundance. What does your true heart desire in this area? What would it feel like if your desire came true? Don't worry about whether you get a picture or a word or just a feeling or a knowingness or a sound. Just let that come through. Don't judge it. Just let it be there. What does your innermost emotional heart want with this area? Working on wealth and prosperity and abundance. You're probably starting to recall what your mind has created in this area this week. What does your heart want? It may not be the same as what your mind wanted. It may be the same. What does your true heart want in the area of prosperity, abundance, and wealth? Now, remembering this answer, maybe putting it in your spiritual pocket, notice that the circle now turns to red. This is the area of reputation, fame, social. Maybe you always wanted to have fame, but your heart didn't. Or maybe your heart always wanted fame, but your mind told you you shouldn't do it. What does your true heart want? Does it want fame? Does it want a reputation of great rapport? Is your social media presence something that speaks to your true heart? Or is it something that doesn't? If you desire fame in your heart, you're going to see or feel yourself in situations that depict this. But if it's not important to you and you desire private experience, you'll see yourself in private situations. Notice that the circle now changes to pink. All you see is pink, and we're going to talk about the area of marriage, relationship, and partnership. If you're with a partner, put the face of your partner up there and ask, is this what your true heart desires? Don't think about whether you should be in this relationship or you should get out of this relationship. Nothing like that. Just let your heart tell you whether this is the right relationship for you. This is the one. This fills your heart, feeds you in your heart space. And if you're not in a relationship right now, ask your heart what it is you really, really want. Don't think about what you don't want. Don't let society tell you what you should have in this area. Ask what your true heart really wants. And typically that's not a person. Typically that's not a specific person. Typically what that is what feeling does your heart want to have when that person is in your life? What does your heart truly desire? Now, in the note that the circle now turns to white, the area of children and creativity and entertainment. Perhaps if you want human children, you may have that goal. What will it feel like when you have children? And for those who don't want human children, maybe you want four-legged or furry or birds or reptiles or something like that as your children. Think about that. What will it feel like when you have that? And maybe your children could be the product of your creativity. Maybe it's a project that you've always wanted to do but never did. All of this can be quite entertaining, for sure. What does your true heart want in this area of children, creativity, and entertainment? Then notice that your circle becomes a light gray. because now we're looking at the area of travel. Perhaps your true heart wants you to travel to faraway places. Perhaps travel may be something you do in your mind. Places you go to that are powerful for you in your mind. Virtual reality, so to speak. Now notice that the circle becomes black as we look at the area of career and life's purpose. What is your life's purpose? What does your true heart want your life's purpose to be? Not what you took your training for, so you should do that, or not what your parents may have told you would be your life's work, but what really sings to your true heart. What is your life's work? What does the true heart want for your life's work? Notice that the screen now turns, where the circle now turns to dark blue. As we work on the area of wisdom and self-knowledge, wisdom is something that we gain from experience, and self-knowledge is also. But what does your true heart want in terms of wisdom or self-knowledge? Is there something you've been avoiding that needs to be addressed? For your true heart to feel the wisdom or the self-knowledge? Notice that the circle now turns to dark green. This is the area of health, family, and community. What does your true heart want in terms of health? What is the family, the sense of family, the feeling of family that your true heart wants? That could be family that's blood, or it could be family that is a chosen family. If you're part of the community like you are here, what is it you want from that spiritual community? What is it that you want from community, period? Your true heart, not what you want, but what your true heart wants. Notice that it changes now to this is the area of serendipity and synchronicity. Luck. We don't, in religious science, believe in luck. But we do understand that there are serendipitous things that happen, and there is synchronicity with that energetic convergence that happens. What does your true heart want in these areas? In serendipity and synchronicity? What is that experience your true heart wishes to have? And finally, return to a white screen like you see in a movie theater. Just a blank screen. And as we return to that blank screen, ask yourself, what is the core area that your true heart wants growth in? And what do you need to do in order to grow in that area? So now coming back into the room, wiggle your fingers and your toes. Notice your breath. As I move into prayer now, I just recognize that God is simply all there is, all there ever has been, all there is, all there ever will be, all there is right here, right now. Because I turn my human awareness to that infinite power, that infinite presence of God where I live and move and have my being. It is who and what I am, and every thought, every action, every deed is guided and led by that ancient wisdom of the ages that flows through all. I know the same truth to be so for each member of God's team that we have been provided. For Lynn and for Faith and for Oz and for Karen and for Elaine and for Tina. For we are all one in that power and presence. And every thought, every action, every deed is an action taken by us, but it is informed by that ancient wisdom of the ages that flows through all of us. As I know the same truth to be so for every person who is tuning in, whether that's in real time or later on. For there is no place where one leaves off and the other begins. Mitaki Wasa. We are all one, all my brethren. We are connected. So I bless this coming week with an awareness of everything that we did in the mind last week and everything that we did in the heart this week, and noticing where those two either conflict or agree. And as we move through the week and we work on those areas that conflict heart and mind, and we appreciate and are grateful for those areas where the heart and mind agree, we begin to see those miracles happen every moment. I claim it for us here and now, as I claim it for every name that is in the ministry of prayer this week, because I do know that no matter what the situation or circumstance, God is the answer. And so right now, I pull back the veil and I reveal that spiritual truth that lives underneath that condition. And I declare it as good and very good as I accept it and receive it in your names. Here and now. My heart fills with gratitude to know this is done, to be of service in this way. And I just let it be. And so it is. Amen.
I am the heart, you are the heart, you are the hands, you are the voice of spirit on earth, and who you are, and all you do is blessing to the world. You are the heart, you are the
You are the voice of spirit on earth, and who you are and all you do is a blessing to the world. You are the heart, you are the hands, you are the voice of spirit on earth, and who you are and all we do is a blessing to the world. We are the heart, we are the hands, we are the voice of spirit on earth, and who we are and all we do is a blessing to the world. We are the hearts, we are the hands, we are the voice of spirit on earth, and who we are and all we do is a blessing to the world.
Thank you. That is a nice segue from being in prayer and meditation to let's talk about money. Thank you so much. All right. Now is our opportunity to receive your gifts, tithes, and offerings, and your opportunity to give thanks for that which you have already received in the physical realm, or that which you have created in the mind of God but have not yet seen in the physical realm. So in a minute, I'm going to ask you to go to www.oasiscsl.org, and about 2/3 down the page is our offering affirmation. And then underneath that is a contribute now button. So let me talk about contribute real quick, what contribution it is. We don't have a facility, so you're not paying for rent and utilities and all the normal expenses that come with having a facility. But our vision for the world is a healed world globally. And our mission is to make that happen one person at a time as we work through providing a message to the world, God's message to the world. So we are asking you to contribute to that because it does cost money to market that way. We already have people who tune in from England, well, UK, I'm supposed to say UK, and Netherlands or Holland, and Germany, because they're English speaking communities. We're working on getting out into the other countries because we do have a couple that join us from Asian communities that are able to speak more English, which is kind of nice. But I want us to be global. I want us to completely get out into the world so that there's a little nugget and then they can teach some of the people there in their own language. That's my personal vision is to work towards that. The church's vision is, well, like I said, a healed world. But anyway, so it costs money to do that. So what you're contributing to is the marketing of that to make sure we're out in the global community. So right now, please, whether you're here in real time or you're coming in later to view this, go to oasiscsl.org. And about 2/3 down the page, please say this offering affirmation with me. This perfect gift is spirit in form, circulating and blessing all it touches. Freely I give and joyously I receive. And so it is. All right, hit that contribute now button and let's get this vision started. Okay. I'm going to try and blow through the announcements as quick as possible here because I really went over. I talked a lot. Sometimes I get carried away in what I'm saying and I forget that there's a time limit. We have this wonderful team of licensed practitioners from coast to coast that are available for what we call them our God Squad because they're the healing arm of the church, but they're available by appointment for a fee for spiritual guidance. And so go to our website. We're working on getting that updated. And you'll be able to click on their name and it will take you to their Facebook. So you can learn about them and then you can reach out to them by video chat let them know you would like, or you can reach out to them by messenger. I don't care. But you let them know that you would like an appointment for spiritual guidance, and they'll let you know how to pay for it. Either that's Venmo or Cash App or PayPal or Wise, something like that. I don't get involved in that. Practitioners have their own, business. And so I don't get involved in any of that, but they'll let you know how to pay for it. And then they'll reach out to you by video chat at your appointed time. They also do prayer on requests that come in every day for a week. So if you would like prayer for something, please in the comments section, type that in. If you don't want it to be public, you can always DM Faith and she'll make sure it gets to the God's Squad. So, and if you'd like to be part of our larger community, we have an online community on Facebook. It's a public group page. Just type more in the comments section and Faith will get you hooked up there. All right. So Brooks and Bailey, they have this. We like to support those who support us. This is a beautiful amethyst mala bead necklace that Brooks and Bailey puts out. This one's $60. They do have them $30 and up, depending on what gemstone you prefer. How you get a hold of them is Brooks and Bailey 0307 at Gmail. They also have a Facebook page, but all of the proceeds go to Rocky Mountain Lab Rescue, which is a very worthy cause. When they post where they're going to be at an event, I usually try to share that so that you get to see that too. Mala beads are wonderful and they have other things, but I like to advertise the mala beads because they're perfect for doing affirmations. The Hindus and the Buddhists take each bead and move it and do their chants. So we say do an affirmation per bead. It's 108 in every necklace and 54 in every bracelet. So it's perfect. It's 100 affirmations a day. So anyway, all right, Faith.
And please check out the Mystic Brew. That's my metaphysical shop. The website no longer works, but you can still see our stuff through Instagram and Facebook at the Mystic Brew 303. We have intention jars as well as kits to make them yourself, and bath salts that help work on whatever intention you are working on. We have also added a new physical health element. I will be hosting online Zumba classes at 1 p.m. Mountain Time on Sundays. However, the platform is changing. So I'll keep you guys posted, but first class is today. So if you are still interested in signing up, go to Instagram. The link is in the top of the bio to sign up today.
Awesome. Like I said, I wish I could do it. I just don't have a place that I have both a TV to watch it and a space to actually work out. We're working on that though. All right. And then Angel Renee has an Etsy store that also has intention candles and an intention tea bag that you can put into your bath water with all these herbs that help you focus on your intention. So they're really good tools to use when you're working on intentionality. All right. Check out Reverend Fairy Elaine Silver's website. She travels around the country singing. She does not have a way to change her website, so you can't pay by the website. You just have to reach out to her by email, let her know that which album or which CD you want, and she carries them around in her car, and she'll send them to you once she gets your payment. So do that. Definitely check her out. She's got some good stuff. Karen Drucker's website does work. You can buy it by the song. You can buy it by the CD, the songbook, karaoke files. And some of her songbooks even have American Sign Language. Last week, Faith did the sign language for one of the songs that was out of that. So definitely reach out and grab one of those. The Songs of Spirit 4 is really our favorite because it has the most amount of songs that we like. But she has a whole plethora. She gifted us with 20 different CDs worth of music to be able to do for our church service. So we really appreciate her. So definitely buy something from her website. And then check out our website, www.oasiscsl.org. We have our video sermons, audio sermons. We have pictures of activities that have happened at the church so you can get to know the spiritual family that you're joining. And we are also on YouTube and SoundCloud under S. Tucker. YouTube has the videos from the last 3 years, and SoundCloud has the audios from years prior. So Definitely check that all out. I'm going to bypass the closing song since I went over so much. I really apologize. I do honor your time. So we're just going to have Oz pray us out. You're muted.
All the buttons have been pressed. And I know that God is right here, right now, in us, as us, through us, and throughout our lives. We go forward into the week knowing and feeling that support and presence that moves us forward. I give thanks that this is so, and I let it be. And so it is.
And so it is. Thank you so much, Oz. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I know there's 1,000 things you could be doing on a Sunday morning. We were blessed to have you in our presence. And so this week, carry on. We love you. Come back next week, 10:30 a.m. Mountain Time, and every week. Next week, we're going to do week 3 of Sarah Wiseman's project, Following the Streams, or Following the Streaks. That's what it is, Following the Streaks. And so definitely join us next week. Until then, we love you. Take care of yourself. Stay safe. Wear a mask. Bye.